As we're partnered with Entre, I just want to mention, definitely submit some questions in the comments. Mike will get to them in about 5 minutes or so. But Entre is a networking group, 40,000 strong, of entrepreneurs and startup founders. What type of ways do you network? How do you grow your thought process?
Mm-hmm.
Like your team of people, like putting people together, bouncing ideas off of each other, but like mostly the network itself. How do you network? I mean, we did one of the events. It's obviously great, but for you, how do you network? How do you follow up with
Yeah, it's a great question. Sorry if you can hear sirens in the background. I would say, and obviously it's something I think a lot of people are thinking about in particular right now, because you can't go out into the world and shake hands at a happy hour.
Sure.
Something exciting going on inside.
That's New York.
But I would say an important tip for networking, or skill for networking, is just to kind of know what you're good at when it comes to connecting with people. I don't think there are many people out there. I've known a handful, but not a ton, who are naturally good at like working in a room and shaking hands and meeting everyone and remembering every name and all of that and following up. But I've found personally a lot of value in trying to form one-on-one connections. So maybe you do shake that hand at a happy hour, but then you follow up and you connect over a 30-minute coffee one-on-one. You don't get as large of a, you don't get the quantity, but you might get a deeper quality just by connecting separately and forming both a rapport between the two of you, but also having a deeper understanding of what the person might be looking for and also can contribute to you.
Yeah. I think it's obviously a little bit different world now. No, you're probably not shaking those hands, but something that
never again.
Yeah, something that I heard that was helpful is almost like setting up 15-minute calls. Try to really block it in there, and then kind of talk about the opportunities you're working on. Maybe follow up every 2 weeks or something like that. So that's a good way to follow up.
Yeah, I think so. There's sort of, I'm thinking about this out loud right now, but like there's maybe an inner circle of people that you know super well and can go to bat for you, and you catch up with regularly, and it's important to have that sort of quality of network, just that's really strong, and that grows slowly over time. But then there's also the quantity is important as well, and knowing that I have a connection here or there. Maybe I'm not following up every week, but keeping them sort of warm is important. But I don't think pursuing that at the expense of losing some of the sort of core group that you have, and the quality there is a great idea.
Yeah, the core is built over time, and it's not overnight. So I mean, that's the following up aspect of it, and showing that you're a person that can actually do things that you
and I've found that it grows faster than you think it will. So you make a connection here, then you make a connection there, and then all of a sudden those have multiplied into a few different things, and then you meet people who know each other, and there's like a cool new way to connect with people. After a while, it starts really perpetuating. So it's an important skill and an important like manual effort you have to put forward. And even sort of, I see this with people I work for and all that. That continues late into your career, but recognizing the benefit of sort of a virality of network kind of is a great thing as well.
Yeah, and that goes back to the beginning of our conversation, communicating actually what you're doing and what you're working.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So that they understand that, and they can, obviously try to apply it. Before we get to the Q&A, I got one last pretty much question. With the opportunities and collaboration aspect, what are you focused on right now that would potentially you'd be open to collaborating? I mean, and this is really to open it up to whoever's watching on LinkedIn, YouTube, or the Entre Network, so they understand that, hey, you're investing either in tech, digital media, or something like that, and maybe you take Dex, but something that potentially they could contact you and communicate with you, an opportunity.
Yeah, it's a great question. I would say definitely that. So we're always looking for new investment opportunities, and if you want to have a conversation around that, I'm more than willing. Even if you aren't thinking about fundraising now, but have a cool idea or a cool company in and around the spaces that we work in, to sort of echo myself and walk the walk. Like I love just trading ideas and hearing about what people are doing. And if you're willing to have a quick conversation on that, I'd love to trade notes. That's probably the main thing. I do miss the ability to just meet people sort of naturally out in the world. and sort of when there isn't an investment opportunity, still to learn about what's going on and trade notes there. So really, like, my job as a VC and any VC's job is just to have a good finger on the pulse of innovation and where market trends are going. And, again, anyone that's sort of in a relevant space for us in media or consumer brands, enterprise technology, always interested in trading those notes and comparing what we're seeing.